Hi everyone, Ashlyn Gize YouTube channel. Same night, different topic. So I'm going to talk about empty nest syndrome tonight. So in the video I made prior to this one, I talk about self-care. And this is another reason why I wanted to talk about self-care earlier tonight is because I actually am dealing with empty nest syndrome myself. So my oldest daughter moved out about a week ago and she has her own place and everything, and I'm proud of her. Um and I'm proud that she has her own job. I'm proud she has her own place, but it's hard for me because I find myself still buying foods that she likes and chips and stuff and pickles and stuff that she used to like, and wondering why they're not getting eaten, and then having my younger children say, well, it's because we don't eat that a lot. Um, I don't want to say my daughter's name, but she used to eat it all the time. So then it gives you a sad feeling because it makes you feel like, well, okay, they're no longer here to eat this anymore. Might as well throw it away. I also had like a purple special towel because purple is her favorite color, and I had a purple towel for her to use for when she was taking a shower here at our place. But I have to still yet give that towel to her to use at her own place, because obviously she doesn't live with us anymore. So I've been having really weird feelings, like feelings of like, even though I know my daughter's not like dead or anything, I've been getting feelings like that. I've been feeling sad. I've been feeling like she is no longer here with us, which is a really weird because I even though I know she's not dead, it just feels like that because, and it's just because she's doesn't live with us anymore, you know? I'm pretty sure that other moms or dads or other parents out there feel that way when their child finally moves out. Um, but there's some things that I wrote down about empty nest syndrome. So, empty nest syndrome is not a clinical diagnosis. I think, in my opinion, that it should be, because um, the certain feelings that you can get with an empty nest syndrome certainly do feel like something that something like with depression or anxiety. Sorry, I had to talk to one of my children, but empty nest syndrome is not a clinical diagnosis, although it should be, though, because of the feelings that come along with after your child moves out. You can just feel depressed or have anxiety and just different thoughts and feelings and worries. But it's not one. So, but it is. This is what it said on the internet. It is the feminine in which a parent experiences feelings of loss, sadness when a child leaves the home. Although you might actually encourage your child to become independent, the experience of letting go can be painful. Which, yeah, I mean, I suppose if you're not close with your child, or if you don't care about your child so much, then it might not be that big of a deal. But I felt me and my daughter were really close, and I also, of course, love my daughter very much, so it's been very hard. Um, so some things it says that you can do is identify, like to help cope with it, is identify your roles, as in think in your head what you still need to accomplish and things that you still need to do, even though that child is no longer living with you. So I have a lot. So I have a lot to still yet do to take care of and stuff like that. I'm in no position still to just have nothing left to do just because she left. I have a 12-year-old daughter, an 8-year-old son, and a 11-month-old baby boy now. So I have all three of them to take care of still. And and a house to clean, and I'm married. I have a husband. Um, we have a lot of talking and stuff and romance to get on with. So I mean, there's a lot for me yet to do, but it's just weird not doing all of that with her living at home. So, and then another thing you can do to cope is reconnect with your partner, but I don't really feel like for me I have to do that because me and my partner have always been really me and my husband have always been super close. Reconnect with yourself, which that's what I've been working on. And another one is resist the urge to check in with the child that moved. So that one is very true. I remember being young and having my parents be really annoying, asking me what I'm doing all the time and worrying about me and this and that. And I even sometimes still find myself getting annoyed with my own mom, and I'm 36 years old, of her worrying about certain things and stuff like that. But I mean, this is just life. So this is just how it goes. And it said some things that happen can another thing that can happen, which I think I already mentioned this, is you start worrying about their safety and you wonder where they're at and what they're doing. And yeah, that's been happening to me too because I know my daughter's strong-willed like I am, so I know that she'll be safe. Also, her boyfriend is strong-willed too, and I know that he's very protective over her. So I know he won't let anything happen to her. But still, as a parent, other parents out there can agree with me on this. You still worry about their safety. Like, what if they got in a car accident? What if somebody's giving them trouble? What if, they need help with their car, or their house or apartment or whatever? And you think about that, and they don't, they think in their heads, I'm grown, you don't have to worry about me anymore. But I know what she's thinking because that's how I feel about my mother still, even right now, of being 36. So I've been trying my best not to really call or check in or be that annoying mom. But then it says other coping skills can be accepting timing. So accept the fact that I'm 36, she's 18. She's legally an adult, so it's time. It's time for her to be moved out. She graduated high school. She did everything that she's supposed to be doing. She even got a certification in college and has a working towards a career. So the timing's perfect. That it's God's divine timing. That's what I believe. Um, Another way to cope is keep in touch, just not too much. Seek support. Okay, that's where I'm having trouble, folks. That's where I'm having trouble. I don't have a lot of friends, and I have a huge family, but none of them, except for my mother, not really my brothers and sisters, can really understand, at least right now. They will later, but they don't really understand right now because all their kids still live at home. No, none of their kids are old enough to move out. Maybe one of them, but she hasn't moved out yet, quite yet. It's coming to that point, but she hasn't moved quite out quite yet. So none of my nieces and nephews are moved out of their homes. So I'm the only one. I can't reach out to my brothers and sisters about this because I'm the only one whose kid moved out. So I've talked with my mother about it a little bit, but I kind of talk about my relationship with my mother in other videos, and I can't really talk to her a whole lot because I can talk to her, but we have a kind of a there's a little barrier in our relationship. So I can't tell her full on everything that I feel. I'm not even telling you guys all full on everything that I feel. But it's definitely going to be talked to the counselor or therapist that I will be seeing in my upcoming appointments that I just talked about in a previous video. in the previous video right before this one. So I have a lot to let out because I don't have that support. Also, my husband, prior to being with me, my husband has had no children. His first child was with me, and that's our 11-month-old baby. So he doesn't know how it feels to have a child move out either. So it's hard because I can't even talk to my own husband about how I'm feeling or what I'm going through because she's not his blood child, even though she is his child in through marriage and through love. She's not his blood child, so I can't communicate. So I have no one to communicate with about that. So the seeking support part is a problem. Um, and then another way to cope is staying positive. That I've been doing the best that I can. And when you do the best that you can, then that's what matters most, because when you're doing your best, you're at least going forward, not backwards, and you're not staying in neutral. So, I've been staying positive, and as far as being in my little group on Facebook and talking and speaking affirmations and uh, doing positive things like going to the park with my children, taking walks, grilling, fishing, listening to music, watching scary movies, because that's something that's fun and a thrill for me and my husband. And also writing poems and stuff like that has been keeping me busy, and especially creating art. So that's what I've been doing to stay positive. But uh, that's some stuff that my daughter doesn't understand, is that even though she's grown, I'm still going to care. And that's not something that you can easily shut off. So I thought I'd make a video about an empty nest syndrome, because that I think I'm suffering from that. So I'm going to actually make a post video after I have my counseling session and let you guys know how it goes. And I think I am going to let you guys in on a couple of things that the counselors said to me. Obviously, not everything, but I think that about wraps it up with the video. But that empty nest syndrome should definitely be a diagnosis, because it does it. I'm feeling, this is how I'm feeling. This may not be how every other person thinks. Maybe this isn't a normal thought to have, but I actually feel like there's days that I'm so sad that I feel like my daughter's no longer with us. And that's not a fun feeling, obviously. That's not a good feeling to be feeling. So it's, I think that's normal for being a depressive thought. Does that make sense to you guys? So I'm not sitting here thinking about my daughter being dead, or like wanting her to be dead or anything like that. But I'm having just that feeling that she's not with us anymore, that loss feeling. So for what I'm going through, I think that's a normal feeling for what I'm going through. So anyways, yes, my oldest daughter, I love you very much. If someday you happen to come across this video, and then you'll know the torture that this has been. If you don't find this video, that's fine too. This is just good to make for other parents out there that are going through this. So anyways, I will be on with another life topic tomorrow. Thank you guys.